The final US presidential debate will feature a mute button. Organisers want to try to stop the constant interruptions that hampered the first showdown between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Each candidate's microphone will be silenced while their opponent is making a 2-minute speech at the start of each debate segment. Both microphones will then be turned back on to allow for open debate. There are just 2 weeks to Election Day. An estimated 30 million Americans have already cast their votes. The surge in early voting has been driven by fears of long queues expected on Election Day. Simon Marks is live in Washington, D.C. for us. Good morning, Simon. How have the candidates reacted to these new rules?
Well, Donald Trump is reacting right now, Dawn. He's in the middle of a long interview with his favourite breakfast television programme on the Fox News channel. He has indicated that he doesn't like this move, but he's going to go along with it. He's definitely, he says, going to participate in the debate, and he says it's okay with him if Joe Biden is given 2 minutes of untrammeled airtime to talk because he believes that Joe Biden will lose his train of thought during the course of that 2-minute period and demonstrate to the American public that he doesn't have the mental cognition that would be required for him to serve as president of the United States. I think to put all of this into context, and the Biden campaign has also indicated that they're going to go along with this. They would have liked to have seen the debate commission do more. But, you know, we're looking at 6 segments of 15 minutes each in the early morning Friday Singapore time. The microphones are only going to be silenced for 4 of those 15 minutes. So for the other 11 minutes, it's going to be open season. And it is highly likely that we will once again witness the kind of unedifying exchanges that we saw during the first presidential debate, even though the Commission on Presidential Debates, which oversees these events, says that it remains hopeful that the public will actually learn something from the 90-minute encounter and that it can do something to educate voters out there who have yet to make up their minds. Although, as we've said night after night on the programme, we don't think there are very, very many of those in the ether anywhere.
Yeah, that's right, Simon. And many, in fact, aren't waiting to hear this last debate. Record numbers have voted already. Does that benefit, though, one side more than the other?
Yeah, I mean, the numbers are astonishing, Steve. And to put them into context, more people have the number of people that have now either voted by post or taken part in in-person early voting totals about 25% of the number of people who participated in the 2016 election. So, you know, we talk about Election Day being 2 weeks away, but for millions and millions of Americans, this election has already taken place. Democrats say that if you look at the data in some of the key battleground states, more registered Democrats are participating in early voting than registered Republicans. Remember that in this country, when you sign up for the vote, you have to declare whether you're a Republican, a Democrat or an independent. But that doesn't tie you to voting in any particular direction. So there is some evidence to suggest that early voting is more popular with registered Democrats, but it would be easy to read too much into that, which is one of the reasons why the Biden campaign continues to damp down expectations of a landslide, says to people this is much tighter a race than they understand. And as Joe Biden said within the last 36 hours or so, he can still lose this election. They are very keen for complacency not to set in and to make sure that everybody turns out, whether it's now or on Election Day on November the 3rd. The Republicans, by contrast, President Trump insists there's a huge silent majority out there for him, eager to unleash their opinions on Election Day when it dawns here.
Yes, and we'll soon find out what they have to say. Thanks very much for that. Simon Marks speaking to us from Washington, D.C.